Hello parents and students, my name is Mr. Giomini and I want to take you on a quick tour of Mr. Giomini's mathematics blog. Students, you will hear me mention this every day in class. I will have it up on the board, on the active board every day in class. Parents, you should hear your student, your child talking about it at home a great deal, hopefully. I want to give you a little quick rundown on how the blog is set up to really help you more easily navigate through it, navigate around it, and so that you can find the tools that you most need or most feel that would benefit you. First thing you'll see at the top here is my Google Calendar. Now, obviously, you can see here Monday, August 18th. It says 7th graders begin to work on 7th grade count skills. That is for my students who are going into 7th grade from my previous 6th grade class. You will see on Thursday, that is the first day of school, Thursday, August 21st, assign Mr. Means your Khan coach for Khan Academy. Complete pages 2 and 3 in chapter 1. Complete the Khan Academy pretest. That is the first day of school. So you can see for evening practice, there's 3 different things. We may be able to get one of those done in class, but every day, parents and students, you will see the evening practice listed right here on my Google Calendar. And you can even actually add that Google Calendar so that you can have it as part of your, if you have Gmail, part of your Gmail so that you can have access to it every single day. And I update that every day. And you can kind of go through, and you will see that I have obviously Labor Day and some other things, 6th grade open house, 5th grade open. I have different activities that are going on throughout the year here, so you can actually peruse this. Parents, put down things in your little planner or whatnot of upcoming events that you want to keep track of. Now, you will see here, this says actually Monday, April 21st, 2014. I wanted to give you an example of what a daily post looks like for me. Every day I post, parents and students, what transpired or what will transpire in that specific class. Now you see here it says in Common Core Math 6, students in first and third period. So sometimes I actually have it broken down by period because the periods might be a little bit off as far as who's progressing what. You could see a little, this is always a link to, if you click on it, it's a link to a PowerPoint that kind of takes you through. I will not necessarily use this in class, but it takes you through a little refresher of that day's lesson. Occasionally I'll post in a little question of the day. You can see second period what they covered, fourth period they covered. There might be a video that goes along with it. Then you'll see, hey, today's learning goals. And every period has learning goals, things that we want to get done and accomplished in class. So you can see back on that day in April, first and third period were to read and write inequalities, graph inequalities on number line, solve inequalities by multiplying and dividing. Here you can see my second period. That was actually divided into 2 different groups, and calculate the surface area for prisms, calculate surface area for cylinders. So these here, parents and students, are all aligned to the Common Core, things that the Common Core says a 6th grader should be doing and learning and knowing by the conclusion of 6th grade. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see for evening practice, and you'll see every single class that their evening practice. Now, occasionally I will have something linked here so that you can click on it and it'll take you to something. Now, parents, this is something for you. I have these set up for copyright purposes that you will need your AL student account to log in. So you might not be able to do this unless you have access to your students or your child's AL student account. Just a copyright thing, but they can share that with you and you can have access to that. And again, there's a video there. So you're going to see a daily post every single day of the school week. And it gives you a little snapshot, develops a little transparency between home and school. Now, if I go here on the right, my contact information, email address, this is the class syllabus. If you'd like to take a look at that, that is fine. I have all of the chapter presentations right here. I kind of showed you the one lesson there. So you see it's broken according to chapter, and if I click on the chapter, you will see PowerPoints for every single lesson. Again, I may not go verbatim from these PowerPoints, but it will give you an idea of what you can review at home and just help solidify and boost those skills. This year, we're not going to start doing pre-tests, but if you would like, I do have pre-tests from the previous year here. You can see chapter 1, there's a blank copy. You can click on it, and here's a copy of the blank pretest. You can actually use this as a great study guide leading into both midpoint quizzes and post-tests. Another thing that you want to take a look at is I have right now, it just says chapter notes. I just have chapter 1. Your child will receive a packet for every single chapter that we're going to utilize both in class as a note piece and also out of class as evening practice. You will see here's all the Common Core indicators that are that are met in this chapter. Here's all the con skills we'll knock out during this chapter. And then here's the vocabulary, all the vocabulary for this chapter. You see some crazy words: absolute value, box and whisker plot, cumulative frequency, data distribution, first quartile, frequency table. So a lot of new words, sixth graders, that you've probably not heard in fifth grade. And then you'll see here's the pages that we'll work on in class, the reteach, and then the practice A, and this Common Core Standards practice sometimes, or the problem solving will always be assigned for evening practice. They'll begin it in class, but that's what you're looking for evening practice, parents and students. And as we build the chapters, I will add them on here, so they will, if they get lost somewhere from here to home, you can just copy a piece right here. You can write the answers down on a notebook paper, however you'd like. Something else, vocabulary terms. So every chapter obviously has those terms. If I click here, Chapter 1, Data Toolbox, and this is a program called Quizlet, and you will see it has all the terms along with their definitions. And you could play different games. You could play a flashcard game. You could do a little test. You can do a scatter, a race. So there's all different options that you can do to play these games. It's actually a pretty fun way to learn your vocabulary. Obviously, the scatter, you find the term, and then you match it with its definition. Okay, so that's another tool that you can utilize at home to help reinforce the class lessons. Two more things. If you would like, you can put your email address right here, hit submit, and what will happen is that means you'll get an email every single day that I submit a post. You'll get the email of that post in your personal email or whatever email account you put in there, email address I should say, whatever email address you put in there, you will get that day's post emailed directly to you. And then one final thing, and this is something I'm trying new this year, I don't know if I'm going to like it, it's called Remind. It's a Remind text. So you click on Remind, you're going to sign up as a student or parent. Now what you would put here, the class code for this is Mr. M-R G-I-O-M. So Mr. G-O-M. You click enter. You would enter either your cell phone number or your email, and anytime I entered a text or something along those lines to this website, you would immediately get a bump to your phone or to your email. And I would utilize this to kind of help with upcoming assessments, just a little reminder. I may put, hey, don't forget evening practice tonight, or we have, again, it's primarily going to be used for quiz updates or post-test updates. And what I mean by updates is letting you know, hey, a week from today or a week from this coming Friday, we're going to have a quiz, a midpoint quiz on chapter 1, lessons 1-1 through 1-5. Just another way that we can kind of communicate with each other, or I can communicate with you and let you know what's going on in class. I hope this helps you out. Again, I utilize this blog every single day. I will pull up in class every single day. It's a great tool. Again, as I said earlier, just to echo it again, to develop transparency between the home and school. So parents, I never want you to feel like you don't know what's going on in class, nor do I want sixth graders for you to ever kind of say, oh, Mom, I don't know what we did today. Mom and Dad are going to know what's going on in class. Okay, I'm looking forward to a great year. Take care.